Over here, we had our own unapologetic lovers of violence. In Wisconsin, Teja Delaruelle, a trans activist democratic socialist who formerly volunteered on their local campaign for another trans socialist, openly called on other people to commit mass violence against their local Republicans, giving the same call over and over again throughout an entire series of social media videos. According to the New York Post, one of those videos shows him sitting in front of a dry erase board that reads, "Kill your local Republican." As he pointed to that message, he said, "We're going to make this the moderate position for the state of Wisconsin, but I need your help because we have 1 month to do this, so let's do it." Then he gave 2 thumbs up to the camera. In another video, he declared, "We're doing trans jihad." Well, if that's how you want to identify, we can certainly treat you that way. You aren't going to like it. He went on, "It's about making the oppressor, the bigots, the animals that make up MAGA, for example, right? So for decades, everyone else, all the marginalized in-house minorities, we've had to be the ones that walk down the streets with anxiety, with fear. But no more. No more, folks. We're going to do the reverse. We're going to make it so that they will be the ones that have to walk down the streets in fear, anxiety, and worry. And we're not going to make this like, oh, they got to do this for like a week or something, where they get really scared. No, this is their new reality, and it's never gonna change. Ooh, I'm scared. I hate to disappoint you, crossdresser, but we will never be scared of you. The very first person that you physically attack, we will put you behind bars for it. And we will leave you there. And forget about you. And continue to lead our happy lives. The same goes for anyone else who is pathetic enough to listen to your mentally ill ass. There are still way more of us than there are of you. And we still get to vote too. So talk big all you like if it makes you feel better. But we will bitch slap you with the law book if it ever crosses into even the slightest form of action. And that is a promise that you can take to the bank. He ended the video by flashing a 2-finger peace sign as he called out, "Peace," only 4 or 5 decades behind the times. Delaruelle also wrote multiple Substack posts about Wisconsin politics, advocating for trans jihad, writing, "Society desires nothing less than our total extermination. Therefore, we must destroy their society. We must answer this call to an existential struggle, our jihad, our trans jihad." Dude, I say this to you in all honesty. We don't want to exterminate you because we truly don't even think about you or want to. As long as you leave everyone else alone, no one is interested in you. Your worldview is entirely projection, The hostility is coming from inside the house. Which is not surprising, because mentally ill people are mentally ill. As for the bigger picture, Della Ruelle has volunteered for the campaign of the transgender Democratic Socialist candidate, Katrina DeVille, who is on the ballot in the upcoming Democrat primary in August for Wisconsin's 8th congressional district. DeVille is trying to distance himself from his former campaign workers' rhetoric, which he probably actually agrees with. But he's trying to distance himself by telling the New York Post that Della Ruelle only volunteered on his campaign briefly before being removed for being deeply troubled. No kidding. He says that he has blocked Della Ruelle from all of his social media accounts because Della Ruelle was, quote, actively creating a dangerous situation around my campaign. Translation: he was making him look bad by saying the quiet part out loud. You will notice he didn't say he was creating a dangerous situation for the public. He was just endangering my campaign. But he at least paid lip service to the only acceptable stand that wouldn't eliminate him with voters, saying, quote, I want to be clear that I do not accept or condone violence or threats towards anyone, and do not encourage violence, hate, or threats of any kind, end quote. Okay. So question. Do you support committing this guy to a psychiatric facility against his will for his own safety and for the safety of others? Talk is cheap, sweetie. So why don't you lead the campaign on that? Prove that you'll be an unbiased gatekeeper of your own sect. My guess is that you know what would happen to you by your own if you did that. Speaking of which, last Saturday, police arrested 36-year-old Allison Howlett, a heavily armed man who also identifies as trans, after he parked a car that was loaded with guns outside of a Las Vegas casino. According to them, he had a history of repeatedly threatening to commit mass violence. Andrew Walsh of the Las Vegas Metro Police Department gave an update on his arrest on Tuesday, announcing multiple charges, including threats to commit an act of terrorism and armed resisting of an officer, among numerous other charges. Apparently, police arrested Howlett outside of the Sunset Station Casino in Henderson after they received a phone call from his spouse claiming that he had stolen a vehicle full of weapons. They also told police that Howlett had threatened to commit suicide by cop during the commission of a mass shooting. During Tuesday's briefing, officers actually played a recording of these threats to commit mass violence, in which a man, who is, by all accounts, Howlett, can be heard threatening, quote, I swear to God, if the FBI doesn't come effing arrest me, there's gonna be an effing mass shooting. There's one day you're gonna be pissing me the F off, and it's gonna be the last effing straw, end quote. Howlett now denies that he wanted to hurt anyone. Of course not. And he also denies that he made the previous threats to commit mass violence. A police report that was obtained by the Las Vegas Review-Journal said that Allison stated that everyone is out to get her and are setting her up. It's a police report. So the truth actually matters? And the word you are looking for is him. The chief of Henderson's police department, Reggie Rader, was also careful to use female pronouns for this deranged male. Rader also played footage from the scene showing several police officers surrounding the car and pulling Howlett out. That was when they discovered that he had been sitting on a handgun. There was also a fully automatic machine gun in the back seat. In total, they recovered 22 guns, including both handguns and rifles, and hundreds of rounds of ammunition just from the car alone. But remember, he didn't want to hurt anyone. They found an additional 30 guns and thousands of rounds of ammunition at his home. A judge has set his bail at $500,000. The first hearing is set for July 15th.